you're down on the bottom because the referee will get you. All right?
What if
Questions
like,
on
you don't really know what you did wrong? It's just like attention, red or whatever.
That's your friendly warning. The
But
referee will
like,
tell you. The referee will tell you.
He'll tell you.
He'll tell you. If he doesn't, ask him, what did I do wrong? Because these referees are, by and large, way more friendly than what you see with the high school refs, because the rules require them to be that way. Okay? If you hear, see, the vocabulary here means something every time. If you hear action or attack, they're wanting you to get after each other and get going. All right? In these styles of wrestling, there's also a 1 meter zone. That's about 3 feet on the inside here. And if you, so lock up, and if you come, just lock up and then just come to the zone. All right, and back up into the zone. Stop, stop. All right, he's now in that 1 meter area, the 3 foot area here. The referee will say zone. What he's doing is telling you you're close to the edge. Now, in this style of wrestling, if you step on or outside of that line, it's called the step out rule, and it costs you a point. If he steps out, then this guy gets 1 point for the step out. If you're on your feet, down on the mat, there is no zone, and down on the mat, there is no step out. Yeah, throw them out, whatever you want. I'll show you something here in a minute that you can do with that too. But if you hear the referee saying zone, he expects you to circle in. Okay? If any of you in the high school have become professionals, or nearly so, and play on the edge of the mat, you're not going to, yeah, exactly. You're not going to do well in this style of wrestling, because we penalize the guys that play on the edge of the mat, and if you step out on your feet, we're going to give your opponent a point. And so he'll say zone or circle. Zone is what you're typically going to hear him say on that. All right? Attack, action. If you hear the word contact, let's say that you're ahead in, let's say that you're ahead by 1 point, and you're in the last 30 seconds, and the last thing you want to do is let him take you down to score a point. So you're on your horse and you're running. He's chasing you. He's chasing you. Don't make contact. Stay away. Push him off if you want to. This kind of thing. You'll hear contact blue, contact blue. They'll blow the whistle. This hand will come out, and you'll put a 1 up, asking for confirmation on the flea and the hold. And it'll be confirmed. Caution 1. It's now a tie match, and if all the other criteria are the same in that hierarchy I gave you, who's going to win the match? He is for last point scored. All right? And we got him for flea match. So how do you get away from that? If that referee is saying contact, all you have to do, you can still protect yourself, but just push off. Pushing off is not really legal either, but at least you're maintaining contact. Right? You see that? You're not breaking contact like he was completely away from it and they weren't even touching. So when they say contact, that's what he means. Just make contact with him. I'm telling you as a coach now, not as a referee, that all you have to do is touch him and don't break that contact, but just keep pushing him away. You don't have to attack, but just maintain contact. Okay? The vocabulary means something. So if you get to some of these events here and you hear an official saying something you don't understand, ask him what he means, or come see me. There are about 4 of us, 5 of us I would say, but 4 of us that travel around the country a lot. All of us are assigned at some regional or national event as a head official or a clinician. So to kind of know what's going on, we're the best guys to tell you how to do that. We're more than happy to tell you how to do it. So come ask us, because the vocabulary means something in this style of wrestling. All right? All right. Let's talk about another situation. You're going to sail. First of all, I haven't explained. Let's explain I've dealt with it some. Can you throw a suplex?
Yeah, you can do anything you want to do.
Can you? Do you know how to land a suplex?
No.
Anybody here that's been thrown?
I've been
Have
told
you?
to tuck my head.
You're right.
I know how to watch it real good. So
Okay, it doesn't matter. We'll demonstrate. We'll go through it, and maybe we don't have to see it. But okay, so maybe you don't have to.
Nobody wants
Darn.
Damn.
If a 1 point takedown is what? Taking your opponent from his feet to the mat, right? Just like a takedown in high school, we're going to give you 1 point. 3 points is what? I told you.
good.
Exactly. Taking him from his feet to the mat and putting him in danger. Breaking that vertical plane. What do you have to do to get 5 points now?
Rolling.
Take him from his feet in a high continuous arcing motion. Exactly right. He's been there, done that. Take him in a high continuous arcing motion and put him in immediate danger. Now I'll tell you what, as a referee, if you guys get involved with refereeing this thing, that's the easiest call in the world to make. Because 9 times out of 10, when that move is executed, whichever move it is, the crowd is going to go, ooh. If you hear the crowd going, ooh, it's probably 5. Now I say that kind of in jest, but there's a real grain of truth going in that. A 5-point move is spectacular. Have you seen on the USA emblem? That guy with the high arc, that's a supplé. What's a supplé? Stand up again. A supplé is belly to back, exactly, just exactly what he said, but you lock up, stand up, and just, you lock up here, and when he sails in, it goes straight over. This guy needs to be able to duck his head. The reason it's illegal for kids, 14 and under, it's not the one throwing that's going to get hurt, it's this kid not knowing how to land. Either he's not going to duck his head and land on his shoulders, he'll be dummy and look to see where he's going to land, and he winds up going like this. That is supposed to stay attached. Even if you have to reach back here and put it back up. All right? That's a supplé. What's a salto? Same thing. No. Same thing, except it's belly to belly. And thrown exactly the same. All right? Now it's even more imperative that this guy duck his head when he goes, so he doesn't get hurt. And with either one of them, probably the most common injury you see with the supplés, the salto, is a guy reaching back to catch himself on his arm to land. And that elbow, I guarantee, is going to come this way, and your elbow doesn't come like that. Okay? So keep that tucked in. Okay? That way, you may lose. You land the same way.
The same way.
Duck your head, and your feet are going to come sailing over this way. Oh yeah, you'll flip right on over. Okay? Now, that's not to say that a 5-point move has a height limit on it, where it's 6 foot, 5 foot, 4 foot, 3 foot. If you take your opponent from his feet in high continuous arcing motion and put him on his back. So it can start off something as simple as clear down on your all fours. You get on your knees and lock up a front headlock. All right? You're on clear on your knees. If you lean back and start coming up and you bring him up, come up on your feet, and all right, you're going to score on that. He's going to get 3 on that one because he didn't have it in a high continuous arcing motion. But if he can come and get the lift here, if he comes off his knees, as he comes off his knees, he's got the lift and throws him the arc. It's probably not going to be any higher than this, but he still will meet all the criteria and is possible to get 5. Okay?
Is it a touch spin?
Can be. Good question. He asked if it could be a touch fall. How long a fall is the same as it is in high school, guys, except in high school it has to be a 1001, 1002 count, doesn't it? And here, the length of time it takes for you guys, the kids, it's still the 2 second, but for 15-year-olds on up, it's the time to say tombe. Tombe. Okay, that's a French word. That's a French word, T-O-M-B-E. I think touche is touch, which is the word they use for a fall. But tombe, it's just that long. It's less than a second. That's all the longer it has to be. So now if you're sailed, or you sail your guy, and both his shoulders touch just that long, you're probably going to win the match. You're going to get the 5 for the throw, but you're also going to win the match by fall. Okay?
Even if like it's the freestyle where you have to go in 2 periods and you get him first?
No, if you pin, you win. If you pin, you win the match. Absolutely.